Hi guys, welcome. I just want to say thank you very much for following me and watching all what I do on my channel. So this is my first video that I want to share with you because I do want to share my journey to show you guys how I came on to this path, especially to work with energies and to help other people. So this is my first video and it's called The Beginning of My Spiritual Awakening. So first of all, did I know that I would be doing this? Would I be working as a person who actually receives messages and helps people and tune into other people's energy to see if what their blocks are, to kind of like assist them, help them to look within and to find their own tools so they can move further on their journey? To be honest, no. I never thought that this would be my full-time job, to be honest. I was always into fashion as a younger person. I am a fire sign, so very creative, very artistic. I will also be showing, of course, the drawings that I make, but those will come in other videos. So this video is basically introduction of how this all started, this journey that I'm on, and where it's leading me to. So this first video is about the beginning of my spiritual awakening. For me, it happened at the age of 35. All of a sudden, I just kind of like realized that I basically wanted to start a new path, start a new route. I was very curious why a lot of things didn't work in my life. I had a lot of jobs that just wouldn't fall through. I had a lot of people that found my energy quite overwhelming, intimidating. I used to get a lot of reactions like, it's not possible for you to be so nice. It's not possible for you to be so loving. Are you sure this is the person you are? And sometimes people would see or sense my energy and thought it was like very dominant. So what I didn't know at the beginning of my spiritual awakening when I was 35, that I basically kind of like had the sense like, there's more in life. What I want to grow, what I want to explore, there has to be more. It's just like all the years before, whatever I was doing, even the job that I was doing, I was working in the fashion industry. I worked a very long time at H&M, and I really loved fashion. But what I noticed at my early years, my customers would come to me for advice or tell their problems instead of really directly asking for fashion advice. So at that time, I didn't really know that I would end up doing a lot of courses as an alternative therapist, finding my way. So a colleague did actually tell me at one point, like, Trace, isn't that like your calling, your inner calling? Don't you think you should explore that? Because in the beginning, I saw it as a very negative thing. Like, you know what, I have to always be the strong one. People always have to lean on me. Why do people come for me for answers? Because at that moment in my life, at the age of 35, I wasn't where I wanted to be. I wasn't stable. I didn't have my own place like I wanted to. I thought life should go one direction, one way, like we all do. Get married young, have a family, feel settled down, feel happy, have the job that you have. Basically having that fulfillment. So at that time, I wasn't aware that divine God, what everybody else calls it, I believe it God, I believe it's God, I believe it's just divine. I do believe that source has different names. So at that time, I did not know that for me, the divine had a different purpose, that my purpose was to help others where they feel stuck, as I did in the past, and things couldn't come into fruition. So was it difficult? Yes. It wasn't easy because at the age of 35, all of a sudden, I kind of like doubted my own intuition. Am I going the right way? Am I moving the right way forward? Is the family life actually the life for me? Because I do have that desire of like, you know, happy home, having a partner who can accept me, especially with the work that I do now, because it's not something, you know, easy to accept because it's just there. So I had many, many questions, and I just Googled. So the first real course that I did was at Paradeduct, and that was a school here in Holland. And I started the spiritual hypnosis course, and it was very daring because from that moment, to help others, I also had to heal wounds. So I started like all these transformations. It wasn't easy because in the beginning, you kind of like finding your way. I also learned the hard way which people I could trust and which other people I had to distance myself of because of their energies or their low vibrations. So it was very, very confronting because in the beginning I was really open, very open to learning, but I couldn't understand that even like meeting other spiritual people, everybody has different layers. And I still couldn't understand because my first intention that I thought, or my first feeling was, oh, good, I'm going to the spiritual school, I'm going to meet other people. They're all going to be willing to open themselves up to me. We all want to learn from each other. But very soon I found out that it's actually not like that. That even working with other light workers and spiritual people, we're still human and we still have fears. So from today, I still struggle with the part where I find it difficult, even for certain people who also do the profession that I have, that still kind of like, you know, put me at a distance and still have certain parts to work on and are kind of like nervous and kind of like, I don't know, it kind of, I get a feeling kind of a bit like jealous in certain areas that I may know certain things or I might be more developed on certain levels, because I'm an open person and I am a person who truly feels, thinks, and wants everybody to be the best version of themselves and for everybody to have the best chance in their lives to move forward. So those were kind of the blockages that I was dealing with a lot, very fast in the beginning. And I soon came to the conclusion that even when it came to not even the education that I did, or, you know, certain colleagues you work with, that not everybody would be very supportive. But then eventually, when I started to grow, I developed new kind of tools, because in the beginning, my intuition, my feelings weren't as strong as they are now. Now I can really feel, I can even really feel like, okay, it's time for me to now to go work, to go online. There's a customer that needs me. It's like I see certain visions, or if I say certain things that they will happen. Some moments I don't realize what I'm saying at that moment, but eventually when it comes out, I'm like, okay, I'm quite shocked. So it's just like I get the messages. I just feel the messages that go through me from the divine. I always do my prayers. I always do my meditations before I start. Even when I do the readings that I do, that's just a small part of what I do. So basically, I found out that my intuition is more in tuned. In the beginning, I did have more dreams. I saw more actually in dreams, but eventually, as I started growing into what I'm doing now, it's my feeling, my intuition is more stronger than my visions and my sight. So that is really quite amazing. So I thought, let me just make this video to try and kind of like explain to you how I work. And it's a very amazing, beautiful journey that I'm on. It's at the moment, that how I feel it, it's very loving, it's very beautiful, because I really do feel connected and I'm guided. And for me, they're angels, they're ancestors, especially my grandmother, my mother's mother. I do feel her a lot around me, and I always have, because for me, my grandmother was my first spiritual teacher. She said a lot of things to me when I was young that I didn't understand then, but that I understand now. So, for those of you that are looking to start to look more inward, to see what your soul purpose is or your journey, advice I can give you is, well, Google, but just make sure, if you look at certain schools or certain places you want to develop yourself, maybe you've been spiritual for many years and you want to start working on a spiritual line, it is very good to work on your intuition. And there are many ways that you can do that. But for me, what has helped is a quantum energy form of that, certain ways of learning how to heal. Hypnosis therapy was the most beautiful start for me, basically, to start off my journey. So that was very beautiful. But eventually, I should tell you, the doors actually opened even more and things started to flow more in when I went to this beautiful place, the Arthur Findlay College in England. And I would truly advise this for a lot of you people if you want to work on personal growth or to find out what your tools are, what your energy can do, because we're all gifted. All of us are gifted as we're born, and we have gifts, but we all have different kind of soul purpose. So this is basically the short video I want to do. I don't want to make it too long because it might be too much. So this is the beginning of my awakening and the study that I started. So I'm very grateful for you guys for following me and for supporting my channel. So I will be talking about different topics, give you guys different tools, different techniques you can use, which can help you. But truly the best to help you on your journey all has to do with your intuition, getting in touch with it, strengthening your intuition, your connection with the divine or with God, and then working with those tools to help you with any obstacles that you counter in your life, or even to get to that more loving heavenly place. So just want to say thank you guys for watching, and then I'll see you next time. Bye.